Alright y'all, real quick, I just wanted to show you a tea that I've been making lately. 3 out of the 4 ingredients are from personal garden that I've tried to grow. And one of the ingredients is actually something from the wild, growing right on my sidewalks. It's called Purslane. Do a quick search on what it looks like and its lookalikes, because there is a plant that grows right next to it that looks very similar. It kind of grows low to the ground in vines like purslane does. However, there's a distinct difference in the leaves of the other one, which have like a dot in the middle of the leaf, kind of like a little eye for each leaf. The lookalike is toxic. Show you purslane, and I believe the lookalike is called spurga. I'm walking along my sidewalks. Here's a good example. This here is purslane. It's got like a red stem, and the leaves are waxy, but this is purslane. If I see it growing on my property, I normally let it, as you can tell, just so I can harvest it and use it when I need. This is spurga. Again, I believe that's what it's called. Earlier in the summer, it had a very clear eye in the middle of these leaves here. But I think, as you can tell, it's kind of gone to seed almost. I think that because it's the beginning of fall and such, we're not seeing the same characteristic. It has like a vine type structure like purslane. Similar. Two distinctions I like to use: you can tell that the stems are different. This one is not red like the other, almost like a woody stem. And then the leaves of a purslane are more of like a succulent. These are more like normal leaves, if you will. Here's another good example. I have all of this spurga growing here. I'm in my drive, got all this spurga growing, and then literally just 2 feet over is a bounty of purslane. This has many unknown benefits, which is why I use it in my tea, fresh like this. The stems can be pickled if you so wish. I haven't tried that yet. And the leaves can be picked off and used for the tea, which is what I do. So I got a nice little bunch, and I usually try and make about 2 gallons at a time. So I got a bunch of purslane, lemon balm, which again I'm growing in my herb garden, aromatic lemon addition to my tea. Also many health benefits. I've got mint, regular mint. I had this actually drying upside down. I also try to dry some periodically. Mint, chocolate mint, spearmint. There's a lot of different types. Great addition to a tea. This is where my beautiful mint is growing right now. I've got a couple other patches, different parts of the house. Still beautiful leaves to harvest, and like I said, I like to try and collect them and dry them in my dehydrator. And last but not least, lemongrass, which is probably my favorite. I usually only put 1 stem, woody stem. It'll give it, the tea, a woody taste in the end, and I don't know if I'm a huge fan of it yet. Beautiful. And I've chopped these a couple of times so far, and they just grow right back. Probably right just an inch or so above the these. These will come inside with me for the winter so that I can continue to use and harvest them. I do add some honey and a little bit of sea salt and a little bit of food grade Epsom salts. Overall, it's a pretty light green earthy tea. If it's too strong for me, I cut it with more water. I'll actually take all of these ingredients. I will boil some water, tear the leaves up. I'll let it boil for maybe 5 minutes with adding the leaves, and then I will take it off the heat, cover it, and let it steep for, I really don't time it, at least 10 minutes. Let it go for over an hour before. And the tea is very nourishing, I must say. Kind of amazing how not only you can make the tea out of fresh green leaves without them being dried like you would suspect with a regular tea bag, but it's very few ingredients to get a healthy, nourishing, and satisfying beverage. One thing that I wanted to add, forgot to add, since I've been making this tea for more than just myself, this to steep in the tea as well, just to add a little bit more flavor aside from the earthiness. I will put this into the mix as it's steeping to give it a little bit of extra love, particularly the lavender. Ooh, yeah, boiling good. I'm gonna let it, it's been boiling for maybe 30 seconds. I'm gonna let it do that for another 30 seconds. We just turned off the heat, and I'm actually going to move it to a different burner and just let it chill. Obviously I'm gonna strain it because I don't want all that plant matter in my drink. Some of the lemon balm, some of the purslane, especially since it grows so close to the ground, has dirt in it. If you want a coffee filter just to get a little extra filter, you can do something like that. I wanted to show you a final product of how the tea turned out. This here has not been cut, so that was right off the strainer, right off the stovetop. Cut this side, get some light behind it, and about halfway it was full with tea, and then I cut it with water. And it's a little diluted, probably won't cut the other one as much.